I made a brilliant decision recently. I joined a gym that looked way too fancy for someone who considers walking upstairs a workout. I wanted a fresh start, new habits, maybe even a new version of myself. What I did not want, absolutely did not foresee, was bumping into my ex on my third visit. He looked exactly the same as when we dated. Annoyingly fit, perfectly balanced between healthy lifestyle and could survive the apocalypse using only protein powder. Meanwhile, I was standing there holding a half-empty water bottle and trying to remember how treadmills worked. The moment I saw him, something inside me told me I needed to look impressive. Not just normal impressive, superhuman impressive. My brain insisted that I demonstrate peak physical competence, even though my average workout consists of stretching once and then lying about it. So I walked confidently toward the weight area, pretending I knew what I was doing. I picked up a kettlebell that was significantly heavier than anything I had ever touched voluntarily. I tried to swing it the way I had seen people do online. Instead, I did something that looked like a combination of defensive dancing and trying not to drop a bowling ball on my foot. The kettlebell didn't hit the floor, but only because I performed a movement that can best be described as accidental parkour. I put the kettlebell down like it was poisonous and moved to a machine that I assumed was for legs. It was not for legs. I sat on it backwards, facing the wrong direction, holding the wrong handles, pretending everything was normal. My ex walked past, and I instinctively tried to look focused, but the machine made a loud metallic noise that suggested I had somehow unlocked a forbidden mode not meant for humans. Trying to recover, I headed for the stationary bikes, figuring it was safe and straightforward. I climbed on, adjusted the seat too high, and immediately started pedaling like someone fleeing an imaginary disaster. I was going so fast that the screen on the machine began flashing numbers I didn't understand. People turned to look. One woman stepped away from her mat. I wasn't exercising anymore. I was reenacting a meteor evacuation drill. Feeling the panic rising, I slowed down abruptly, which caused my foot to slip off the pedal. The momentum threw me forward, just enough to hit the handlebars with my chest. I made a sound my soul has not recovered from. My water bottle flew out of the holder and rolled dramatically across the floor like it was escaping the scene. At that exact moment, my ex noticed me. I tried to act casual by stretching, but my stretch looked like I was preparing to lift a car off a trapped family. My face was red, my breathing chaotic, and I was sweating like I had been chased by wolves. He nodded politely, probably fully aware that I had just lived through a fitness disaster. I nodded back, pretending I was in the middle of an elite training routine. My body, however, communicated something more like, I am moments from collapsing. To solidify the humiliation, I grabbed a resistance band and walked toward an empty corner. I stepped on it incorrectly, pulled it too far, and the band snapped upward with the speed of a slingshot. I flung it away so fast that it hit a nearby bench. People stared. I whispered to myself internally that maybe I should consider switching to a gym located on a different continent. Eventually, I gave up pretending and went to the locker room, where I sat for a full minute evaluating every decision that led me there. My reflection in the mirror looked like someone who had survived an intense physical exam she didn't study for. But here's the funny part. Later that evening, my ex sent a message saying he was impressed I'd gotten into working out and hoped it was going well. He had absolutely no idea that what he witnessed wasn't exercising. It was a 4-minute panic montage of survival instincts and accidental stunts. At this point, I've decided that if I ever see him at the gym again, I'm immediately teleporting myself into a different dimension.